Hey everybody, Taraku here, and today I am in my max level account, my level 60 account. As a follow-up to my last video, I want to talk about what you should be doing when you're starting to play Raid. What the number one thing is you should be focused on. I'm going to assume that you picked Kayle. My last video was talking about the best champion to choose when you're first starting in the game, and I do believe it's Kayle. He's simply the most versatile, but I want to go over what exactly you should be doing when you start the game. So your number one goal should be getting your starter, most likely, unless you open somebody who's really good. But it's safe to say your starter is going to be the most viable across all the different modes in the game. You want to get him to 6-star as soon as possible. He's going to be your top farmer, just at least for a little while. He's going to be the best in clan boss, dungeons, overall the most useful character. And I tried explaining how the star system worked in a different video, but it ended up coming out more confusing than anything. So I'm actually just going to pull up a whiteboard drawing and just draw how to level up your stars and kind of break it down for new players. If you got much experience in the game, this probably won't be helpful, but let's go ahead and break it down. So a star is that's a star. Okay, now that's actually it's a terrible drawing. Don't judge my whiteboard drawings, but let's go ahead and go through this. So each star gives the character the ability to level up 10 levels. So if you have 2 stars, you can get to level 20. So a 2-star character can get to level 20. 3-star can get to 30. Ooh. And then 4 times 4 can get to 40. Star, oh my gosh, terrible, times 5, get to 50. And then 6 stars can get to level 60. And in order to take a 1-star character to 2 stars, you have to first get that specific character to level 10. It gets to be level 10, just to be the max level for the stars he has. And then you have to combine a character of the same number of stars to take him to the next. So for example, to get a 1-star character to rank 2 or 2 stars, you have to get him to level 10 and then combine one-star character with him, taking level 20. Get a level 20 to 3 stars, you have to take 2-star characters combined with the max level 2-star character, and you get them to level 30, so on and so forth. So ultimately, in order to take a character from 5-star level 50, you have to combine 5 stars with that max level 5-star character. But like I was saying, your initial goal should be to take your starter, which in this case I'm going to use Kayle as an example. You want to take your starting champion to 5 stars or even 6 stars as soon as possible. You're definitely going to have to level up some other people in order to get through the campaign missions and stuff, but you should definitely be focusing on getting them to 6 stars as soon as possible. The reason why, I'll show you an example. When you get to the campaign, a little bit later on in the game, you're going to be heavily focused on leveling up other characters, and you want to do that as efficiently as possible, especially when you're on a new account. You actually want to 3-star the campaigns. Like you see, all this is 3 stars to actually work through your little missions at the bottom. If you don't get 3 stars on everything, you don't finish these missions, and these missions are very important. So in order to do 3 stars on the campaign battles, you actually have to have 2 or fewer champions with no losses. So having your starter champion leveled up and ranked up as quickly as possible and focusing on that will help you progress through the campaign easier. But even more importantly is that whenever you're starting to level up other characters, it helps out tremendously. You have one main character run through the campaign missions and get experience for everybody else. Let me give you an example with one of my farmer specifically. I'll give you an example of how this should look whenever you get to the end game. In this case, this guy is actually a speed farmer. Your initial farmer will not be a speed farmer, but I don't use this guy in many other parts of the game. So this is what it looks like. He's level 60, he's 6-star, he goes through here, and whereas it may take a long time, if your person's not actually max level, he clears this in 6 seconds. So it drastically reduces the time you have to level up your food. You can level up food, in other words, people use to rank up your other characters very, very quickly like this. But getting into the other side of things If you have your one main character leveled up and maxed as soon as possible, you can actually focus on getting other people brought up to that level much quicker than if you were taking everybody up together. It takes a lot longer to bring everybody up together than if you just focus on one person. Plus, your starter, if you pick Kale, if you pick Gaelic, maybe you should just do something else. I don't know what to tell you there. You're kind of out of luck. But if you pick Kale, he's gonna be perfect to use in dungeons. He's great in all the dungeons. He's great on the clan boss, great on the campaign, great in arena. He's gonna be the person you really, really, really want to focus on getting them to 6 stars as soon as possible as a new player. Hopefully these whiteboard drawings came across and helped you understand versus me going in here and just showing you how the stars work. Like I said, it's slightly confusing. I'll give you an example with somebody who is level 20. So this person's got 2 stars, level 20. They can't level up anymore. You can go to the upgrade level and it says this champion has reached the maximum level. If I click upgrade rank, I can go down here. I don't want to use level 20s to upgrade his rank. It's obviously wasting them. So I want to find 2-star characters who are level 1, 2 of them. And then she goes up to 3-star, level 1. And then she can, when I level her up, her new cap is going to be level 30. That is something I forgot to mention. Whenever you upgrade somebody's rank, it does reset their level. So it does take a little bit longer to get people leveled up, especially when you're taking your starter character to 6-star. But overall, that is what you should be focused on as a new player when you first start the game, is getting your starter character maxed out as soon as possible. You will need to run some dungeons just with him and some other people to use them as the food, in other words, to get him leveled up. So that's no problem. They do have the multi-battles in the game now where you can actually start the battle. I don't know if I have any left on this account, but you would just click here and then you would edit the queue, set a few level 1s, 2-star level 1s, or whatever you want in the queue with them, walk away from your computer and let it run for you, come back in an hour and they'll all be done. But if you have any questions, if you want to see any other specific content from me, I'm going to start off with doing more so beginner guides for people so they can kind of get picked up on the game. That's going to be my initial target because I am working on a free-to-play account, which I would show on my streams. I've been streaming at about 10:30 p.m. EST, and I stream for about 2 hours, 2-3 hours. Typically, it's half main account and half free-to-play account. If you would like to stop by, I'd be more than happy to see you stop in there, chat with you. You can join the Discord as well. I'll leave that in the link below. But yeah, leave any comments if you have any questions or want to see anything specific. And thank you very much for watching.